Hey, Shalom, Israel. Peace to all the saints. All praise to the Lord.
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Kakodash.
Double honors to the elder and father, great Muslim. It is, and this is going to be a quick exhortation, going into being steadfast. Brothers just did a lesson, and there was a point hitting on going to being steadfast. And I wanted to expound on that real quick and within the exhort brothers. So let's go ahead and get this.
So this is going to be the book of Job, chapter 12 and verse 7, and it reads, "But ask now the beast, and they shall teach thee."
Yeah, you ask of the beast, and they're gonna teach you, man. You look at the animals; they understand their lot. Animals have a thing called instinct. Like a dog. Whenever it gets sick, you don't gotta tell it, "Hey, when you get sick, eat some grass." They instinctively know it. They understand their lot, and they know that they're here for a certain purpose. Even whenever you look at the ants, they're small, and sometimes in our minds, we get in our emotions. I'm scrawny, and Lord, I be stuttering, damn, Lord, I be trying to be tripping sometimes, and all this. You look at the ants, even though they're so small, they don't care about how big the problem is. They like maximum effort.
Right.
Let's go ahead and do this shit. And the Heavenly Father said, "Ask of the beast." David was written to have the heart of a lion. He was very confident. He didn't care about how big the problem was, i.e. Goliath. He said, "Hey, this is gonna be faith and maximum effort."
That's right.
Keep it going.
So continuing it says, says, "And the fowls of the air, and they shall tell thee, or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee, and the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee."
Or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee. And going into the lesson that we just did, brothers were speaking on being steadfast. And one thing that I love about looking at nature, the wind blows every day. Some wind is weaker than other winds. Some wind be blowing your car around and stuff.
Yep, God.
But whenever you look at the plants of the field, the trees might sway a little bit. The blades of grass, man, every day the wind blows, the blade of grass is going, is gonna titter, is gonna tilt to any direction that wind blows.
God.
But at the end of the day, that root's still gonna be in there, and whenever the wind stops, it's gonna stand straight up. When the Apostle Paul speaking about how when it came to the Jews, he became a Jew. Came to the Gentiles, he became a Gentile, so that he would gain all men. So he had to be flexible. He was being as the grass. Whichever way the wind blew, that's where he went. But at the end of the day, his foundation was rooted. The foundation is Yahweh, and that foundation that we're rooted upon is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Now the wind blows us, and we might have to be in a crowd over here and do this and that, blah. At the end of the day, our foundation is the same. We're rooted here, and we're here to preach the will of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai.
And if I may add on, it's pretty much what the brother is explaining. Just to kind of summarize it, is adjusting to your environment, man. Just because you adjust to your environment doesn't mean you forgot where you're coming from. You're doing things, and that way you can. The Lord said to be as harmless as a dove, as wise as a serpent, man. So you going in situations, just because you going into a store that might be all about witchcraft, man. Right? You might go in there that you needed something like some Palo Santo, some white sage, because they get these things. What you have to realize is that Esau gets everything from the earth as well. There's nothing that came from the heavens that he has. Everything's from the earth. So these witches, they do the same thing. These witches, some Gadite stores, some stores that don't serve Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, might be selling these things that you need. You might go in there and they be like, kind of looking at you funny, but you adjust to your environment, man. You're not gonna go in there, hey, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, bro, cast war upon you or cast rocks upon you, man. No, you're gonna be in there. You're gonna be friendly. All right, but hey, man, you're gonna ask for information, all right, because that's what you're doing. You're adjusting to your environment. But at the end of the day, you're rooted in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua's ways, man. You're steadfast. You're unmovable.
Yep. At the end of the day, if somebody in that store tells you, "Oh, this one right here is, this is good. Light this up, and put a hex on somebody," you would just say, "Oh, that's cool." And you buy it, and you don't do that shit. You okay? I believe in the Lord.
Yeah, that's right.
A hex. There's people at my job telling me about some African cards and shit. I'd be like, "Oh, word, that's cool. I'm not gonna do this shit." Like,
yeah,
I know damn well I'm not gonna do this shit. Yeah. But I'll be like, "Hey, that's cool." I'll talk about it with them. Or where does that come from? Really, what's it about? At the end of the day, I'm rooted in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai.
Yep, that's right.
In my head, I'm like, y'all worship fucking ship shit, half hippo, half nigga.
And that's pretty much how the animals are, how the beasts of the field are, how the fowls are. All right, they adjust to their environments, man.
Yeah, the animals are very, they're very warrior-like, man. They don't be having fear in them like that. Man, you will see a chihuahua go and bark at a motherfucking alligator, man. And like I said with them ants, they don't care how big the task is. And right now, we're called the worm Jacob against this eagle Esau against this 7-headed dragon. But hey, it seems like a gigantic obstacle. But with ants, man, every step in the ant pile, they're gonna look at you. They're gonna see that you're obviously bigger than them and that you're capable of destroying them. But they still gonna say, what? Hey, we're gonna fight back at least, Hey, we can try.
Hey, teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah.
They're gonna, and some of them will fuck you up, man.
And how about Shimei Awashai? We're equated to that.
Yep,
we're small, but hey, we were put on this earth for a reason, to be steadfast in our faith. Could you get that Ecclesiastes 12? This is the whole duty of man. Because just like how, the animals have their duty, zebras are there to do zebra stuff, help out the ecosystem, do all that, to make more zebras. Well, the Israelites, the sons of God, are upon the earth to, to enjoy the earth and everything. But our first and foremost, our duty is to spread the light of the Lord, the light of the Creator, on how to protect the earth. Because with Adam in the book of Genesis, it says that he was given ways to keep the garden. And that word keep in the Hebrew, it says to guard and protect it. From who? From niggas like the serpent.
Yep, that's right.
And now the people who follow the serpent and Cain's energy, they run the whole earth. And these are the only ways that are on the earth that can save this place from this man.
Yep, that's right.
So you ask of the beast, they're going to teach you. See, so we're asking of the beast and we're seeing how to act. And now we understand, okay, this is how we act. We should be unmovable. We shouldn't be afraid. Now what? Go ahead.
So this is Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, and it reads, "Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man."
This is the whole duty of man. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments. And a part of the commandments is to ask the beast, man. Look at the animals, see how they do. And then you do that. They call David as having the heart of a lion. Because they expected how lions are leaders. They lead their pride into greatness.
Yep,
Right. And that male, the alpha lion, he gonna run up on whoever. Even if you think he can't win, he gonna say, I have faith. He gonna run up on you.
Yep, that's right.
And that's how we're supposed to be, man. Unmovable. You shouldn't let people laughing at you or whatever your pet peeve is. People calling you a B word. It's gonna be annoying. Duh.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't let it throw you off your guard.
Yep, that's right.
Ultimately, we're here and we're called to be pillars. Wind don't move pillars, or it shouldn't. If a wind was a pillar, it's probably one of them cheap ass plastic pillars. Where you get a plastic pillar from, cuz,
Or it's a tornado.
Yeah, but Yahushua called us, that gold. Which wind ain't finna move no gold.
And Esau ain't no goddamn tornado.
Yeah, he's a pedophile. So hey, you got anything else?
Nah, man.
With that being said, Lord wills edifying, man. All praise to the Lord.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash.
And double honor to the elders and apostles. Peace to all the saints. Shalom.
Shalom.